according to Just Hilarious, finally! I just got back from seeing The Hate You Give. It is December the 9th, 2018. I know, mad late, right? Really mad late. I had fun. I enjoyed it. I realized something. My first video reading this book, where I was talking about it, I was like, oh, Denasia is my favorite girl and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, Denasia was not the girl. It was Kenya. I know, I'm not. Kenya's still my girl. It was even more amazing that Dominique Fishback was like playing her, because Dominique Fishback like brought her to life for me and I enjoyed it. And I'm kind of like, I want to see more Dom Fishback playing Kenya. It's just like, what's the story gonna be? Just a story about like Dominique and just like her attitude and her personality just blowing up, popping off on the screen. It was like, that would have been fun. Amala Stenberg playing Star was great. I enjoyed Russell Hornsby as Maverick, because part of me is like, it's interesting to see him not being like, oh, I forgot his character on Grimm, but it's just interesting not seeing him as that guy on Grimm anymore. But at the same time, it's like, yo, Regina Hall and Russell Hornsby are kind of like underrated actors, because it's like he embodied Maverick well to me. Like, he embodied that strong black father that like, yo, I'm I'm instilling some great values into my kids. He did well. He did well. I feel like he brought to life that strong black father so well and so honestly. I enjoyed Regina Hall. I feel like she didn't get as much to do as her character had in the book. They gave her as much as they could. They gave her time in the interrogation room. They gave her moments where she was talking to Big Mav. They gave her moments just being a mother and saying, hey, you're still going to school, okay? So don't play those games with me. I'm your mother, okay? And you're gonna listen to me. And I appreciate that, where it's just like, I'm your mother and you're gonna listen to me. And those kids listened. They wasn't like, oh, I'm not gonna do that. My thing with the King casting, they cast Anthony Mackie, and I'm just kind of like, Anthony Mackie, who's Falcon in the Avengers and Captain America movies. But it's not bad, because I mean, Anthony Mackie's a really well-trained actor or whatever, but part of me is kind of like, I don't know, part of me is kind of weird with Anthony Mackie. Anthony Mackie said some real respectability politics type of stuff, like just being like, ooh, you know, like, I don't know, some pull up your pants, like wear certain suit and tie type of bullshit. And it was just kind of like, and that's what you kept. But you know, he did a great job. I saw him as King, although part of me was kind of like, I was expecting a Rick Ross looking motherfucker to be King, because that's how he was described to me in the book. At least that's what I thought, with heavy ass breathing. I was just expecting Rick Ross, okay? It is what it is. It is what it is. Rick Ross was gonna be King, but that didn't happen because Rick Ross needs more money to be able to come into this movie, and he's not an actor. I think Mackie did a pretty good job, but I was still kind of like, you're a king? Sure, man, sure, dude. I guess I believe it. I mean, you're a trained actor. I think you went to Juilliard or something. I don't know. And all I know is he's trained to be a really good actor, so he can do like Shakespeare and a nigga from the hood. So he can do it all. I stand him, I guess. Not really, because he's a little too respectability politics, and he's just like, back down. I also enjoyed Issa Rae as April Ofra. I don't know, I enjoyed her. Shout out to my girl Issa, she did that. I stand Issa. Issa and her voice. Issa's like, no justice, no peace. What do we want? Justice for Khalil. When do we want it now? I was like, yeah, goddamn right, Issa. Get it, get out there. Damn right, Star. Tell him what's up, okay? I mean, KJ Apa was like right for playing Chris, but at the same time, it's just like, he played it well, but part of me is kind of like, yeah, I don't think I really was a Chris fan in the book. I don't know, he was just, I don't know, it was just too much like a white guy being, that was something that came up in the movie that was really more pronounced in the movie than I feel like I picked up while reading the book, when everybody's just like they're like taking on black culture, and they're like, ooh, black culture, black, ooh, like we, you know, like yo, all this stuff, and then it's like they they don't really value black lives like that. They just think black lives is just like, it's fun, it's something to have fun with, but it's not really like, you're not really valuing black lives. So it's like, you're taking this fucking day off, you're skipping class to protest somebody's like actual murder, but it's just like, it's fun and games for you. Like, Black Lives Matter, it's just fun, it's like a fun little hashtag we could do, you know, we could just like bring that shit to life. Like, you know, hip-hop is like the shit. Like, it's like Star said, Star was like, it's not a fucking lame ass cipher for y'all to do at Williamson. Like, like blackness and black culture is not like just these little lame ass things that you do. Like, it comes from real, like somewhere real. It comes from somewhere deep, and a lot of people don't get that. They made quite a few changes. Like, they kept a lot of integral things, but a lot of it, they changed quite a bit. I did not mind some of the changes that happened. It felt heavier than the book actually was, because I think the book was able to balance the heavy with the light, and I almost think that's kind of why the book was as long as it was. It had the heavy moments, and then it kind of got spaced out with like Star living her life, Star interacting with her family. It just was a lot of just like balancing like just being able to kind of give it some space between big, heavy emotional events. In the movie, these heavy events, it happens, you know, it kind of, you get a little bit of like levity, some jokes, some living my life, and then it just gets really heavy again, and it kind of gets like lighter again, but it then gets heavy again, but the heavy kind of outweighs the light moments. I saw great family moments, not as much as the book, but it was good family moments. I enjoyed seeing the riot come to life. They cut out, I don't know, they cut out that other guy, but I forgot his name. You see, that's why they cut him out, because I don't even remember his name right now. And then they did a little flip at the end, and I was just kind of like, girl, that took me, I was like, I was shook when that happened. I was like, whoa. And somebody next to me, like not to like a row or two away from me, they were like, no, they were like, no. And I was just like, oh. And I'm so glad they did not cut the part where they transformed it a little bit. The part where Big Mav, he, like the police had him like on the ground and stuff. They were ready to like lock him up. Like, I'm so glad that part, they didn't really cut it. They just restructured it and redid that whole scene and added something else to it. And I was just like, that still shook me though. It shook me in when I read the book, and it shook me even more. I'm seeing it come to life. It was just like, you see how embarrassing and how annoying and angering that is, and how scary it is, and how traumatizing it is. And it's like, this whole movie, it just really, really resonated with how traumatizing this kind of stuff is. I will say that for people who, I almost want to say like triggered by it, but not even so much triggered, but it's just like, it's just too much to deal with at this point in time. Like, you're just not in the mood, you're just not mentally here for it. You could watch it, but you just kind of like step back and be like, you know what, I'm not gonna watch it. I'll probably just pay for it, just pay for a ticket, or just stream it, or well, stream it on Netflix if it comes on Netflix, or like, what do you call that other thing again? Like, you know, on demand. That's tell you how much I use these things. I don't have time for these things these days. I just watch everything on YouTube. When I say I watch everything on YouTube, I just watch YouTube videos. I don't actually, like, all the same. You on demand it, you stream it on Netflix, or when it's in the movie theater, you go get your ticket for it in the movie theater and buy, like, you just buy those things, and you just, like, you don't even have to watch it, you just kind of support it, because it's important for these stories to come out, and for, like, them to know that they're, because we do live in a capitalistic society, and in our capitalistic society, we value results. Because funny thing, I was just watching this video where they were talking about Frozen and why Frozen breaks the whole Disney princess thing. Frozen is not like other Disney princess movies, and even if they tried to do like classic old school Disney princess movie ideas, they'd be less likely to take a chance on that, because Frozen made so much money breaking the mold and breaking the rules of what it meant to be Disney princess, having this movie come out and supporting it, even if you don't see it right now, just being able to support it in the time where it needs the money to say, hey, we supported, we went out to see this movie, we streamed it, we bought the DVD, we did all these things, we put money into this, like, we like money back this movie. They'll make more movies about with black characters, not necessarily just black stories about black people going through like hardships and struggles, but just black stories, like more black stories. Like, it doesn't matter whether it's like whether they bring Dread Nation to the big screen. Underground, that book Underground Railroad, oh my gosh, I so want to read that. The Pride and Prejudice remix, like, bring that to life. I want to see more black stories. I want to see more stories of color, period. I'll watch it over on demand again because I'm like, I really want to see it, and I also want the rest of my family. I really do hope this book and this movie, it has a larger impact on this world, on American society. I hope they teach this in schools. They show this movie in schools. Yo, this is real. Zara's using her voice. This movie's using its voice. Angie's using her voice. I implore people to watch it. People to see the movie. I know it's gonna be heavy, and I think that's my only thing. It's just like a warning that, hey, it's gonna be a heavy movie. Go in prepared. Yeah, that's real as fuck. That's real as fuck. Real AF, okay? I enjoyed the movie, and I don't know, I just really want to talk about that since I read the book, and I said I was gonna talk about it. I had a good time.